All right, Kerry McElroy here. It's arms and abs for you today. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Remember when it was March and we thought it was so rainy and cold and we never thought we'd get here, right? But guess what? This weekend is Memorial Day weekend. We're going to have a lot of fun. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. No rain in sight, so I'm so excited. So today we're going to work on our arms and a little bit of core. So you know me, I got to make sure I do big sets. We're doing 25 sets, 2 times through, but you can do them 3 times, you can do them 4 times. I did something like this a few weeks ago and everybody that did it said they really felt it the next day. Just 2 body parts, but about 5 different exercises, and then we'll get down to core and low back a little bit. Okay, crunches and low back. So, are you ready? All you need is some heavier dumbbells, or kind of medium-sized dumbbells, whatever you think you need. I'm going to go a little bit heavier here because we're going to go some extra reps. I'm also got a bar if you want to use a bar. All you've got is dumbbells or plates, or again, cans of soup at home, laundry detergent, whatever you want to do, that's perfectly fine. Just find something kind of moderately heavy. Okay, you want to really feel it. If it gets too heavy, well, you can get something a little bit lighter. So, all right, so we're going to start with biceps. Then we're going to do the back of the arm, the triceps. Okay, so we're going to start, let's start with, make sure I step back and you guys can see me. Let me just, the camera here. Got my new trusty tripod. Moves really easily. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're going to start with our heels, kind of just directly right underneath our hips. A nice strong position here, okay? So this is a position where you could jump up if you had to. You don't want to be too wide, okay? Because you're going to hurt your low back in the process. So you actually want your feet a little closer than you normally be. It's a jumping stance, okay? A nice power stance. So we've got our hands right underneath our elbows, right underneath our shoulders, and we're just going to curl up. So we're starting with a kind of a moderate grip here, right outside our hips. I'm going to count to 25 if we can. And again, this workout works simply on length, okay? How many reps can you get in? So it's got a lot of resistance that you're fighting here. Whew. Feeling it. Here's the side view if you need it. That's about 16, I think. I'm not counting, but so you can get 9 more. 8, 7, good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get that chest forward. Now this workout again works on length of sets. Really get you going. You're going to feel this pretty quickly. It's a quick workout. That's why I think people like it, but it's also a little bit killer when you get down to it. Now, if you had dumbbells in your hands the first time, unlike me with a bar, then and if you were doing singles, that's fine, just like this. Okay, I'm gonna count here and do 1 at a time. I just like to do 1 at a time. I just feel like I get some bar workout, and sometimes when I get the bar workout, one bicep might fire before the other, so now is my chance to make sure both biceps are firing. And again, I'm gonna count to 50. Oh my God, 50? Yeah, because we're gonna get 25 on each side, right? I don't know where I am. Probably like about 16. Now these are 10s right here. So I want you to think about real form here. This is key. So lift the chest, lock on the tummy. We're about halfway there. Curl up, feel it. Talk to your bicep, okay? Tell it, it's gonna be a good year. It's gonna be a good summer, right? It can only be that, right? My gosh, it's been a crazy spring. So let's make sure it's a good summer no matter where we're at, right? Hopefully we get to be on the beaches, state parks. Hey, I'm on my deck. That's good enough, right? In between correcting papers, talking to kids through Zoom, gotta get a little workout in too, right? Mental health, physical health, that's what it's all about. What are we at? Probably about 40, right? Let's see if we can get 10 more. 9, good. 8, 7, 6, 5, come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Guess what? Take a quick shake. We got 25 with our bar. Now what happens if you don't have a bar? Let's take a quick shake. Here's the side view. Turn the thumbs under. Really elongates the biceps. Okay. Stretch it out if you need to. With the elbows here and there. I'm going to take a quick sip of water. We grab that bar. If you don't have a bar, and here's what you do. you do doubles with dumbbells, or you do half-seats if you want to with your dumbbells, okay? So I'm going to challenge you right now, okay? If you don't have a bar. If you have a bar, we're back to our regular pose. This time we're going to go a little bit closer, and that's what made the difference for people last time I did this workout. So elbows kind of right near your hips, just grazing your rib cage a little bit, okay? And we're going to pull up. Now this really targets the upper portion of the bicep. Make sure, whether you've got a dumbbell or a bar, that your pinky is wrapped around nice and tight, because that's what really, it's just that little tiny functional piece form that really gets the bicep in top notch. I can feel this. Now again, if you've got dumbbells, you can just bring them halfway if you want to. So again, pretend I had dumbbells in my hand. We can go halfway. Just halfway. Really keep the bicep low, just to change it up from a normal bicep one-on-one or one at a time. Bilateral or unilateral right now, but that's okay. Again, my feet are fairly close. Working. I'm looking for 25 here. I don't know, I'm not counting, I'm just talking to you, but hopefully it's somewhere around 25. Let's get a couple more just for sake here. Talk to those biceps. Hold them, come on. Couple more. Oh, I can't wait to get back to the Y and use those cables. Whew, I like to do overhead. I like to do high biceps, overhead. We'll get there, we promise. Hopefully that news will be coming out soon. All right, we're gonna go to the back of the arm now, right? Triceps. So what do you got? You got a bar, great. We're gonna lay back and do some extensions. You don't have a bar, we can use dumbbells again. So we're gonna do laying back extensions, we're gonna do side kickbacks, and then we're gonna do some overheads, okay? And if you got it in you, maybe one little set of push-ups. And again, I'm gonna see if I can get through 2 rounds of this. If you wanna do 3 rounds, 4 rounds, whatever, 1 round is enough. Hey, do whatever you want. It's all about movement and function, right? Function. It does no good to be doing 47,000 reps if you've got 2 pounds of weight and that's not a challenge for you, okay? So find something that's challenging, okay? Now if the weights that you just picked up for that first set were too challenging, drop them down a little bit, or just make a fist, okay? You can use what we call isometric movements, perfectly fine. All right, I'm gonna move my camera so you guys can see me. Hopefully we can get down, do some triceps. All right, so I'm gonna use this. Make sure you guys can see me here. Yeah, okay, looks good. Move out just a little bit. So we start with, everything with triceps starts with elbows in nice and tight, okay? And then hands on the bar, or elbows in nice and tight, and, you know, whatever we're doing, push-ups. That's where you're gonna make sure that you're getting the tricep in the back of the arm. You've got 3 heads, that's why it's called tricep, right? 3 heads. Bicep has 2 heads. It's tricky, I know. But, so we're gonna start by putting our, oops, get here. Start by putting our feet up nice and tall, okay? And I'll turn to the side so you can see me too. So my hands are nice and strong. My wrists are not cocked back. You want to keep them up nice and strong. And again, elbows are right by my sides. If I had to bring the bar down and graze my sides, that's what I look like, okay? I'm just gonna bend from the elbow toward the head and straight back up. Can you guys see me? And down and straight up. Now I'm looking at you. Your head should be straight ahead. Now I've got my feet, my knees in the air and the soles of my feet on the ground. You might not be able to see them, but that's what I'm doing to protect my low back. You shouldn't be straight out like this, okay? Laying back. Bring your knees up toward the chest. And again, we're going for 25. Let's see if I can do the side here so you can see me. Assuming you can see me. Here I am from the front. Okay, and again, keeping those elbows nice and tight. And again, look at my wrists, nice and neutral too. They're not cocked back. If you do that, you're gonna hurt your elbows, okay? Your wrists need to be nice and tight, and a nice tight line with your forearm, okay? Whew. Couple more. Now, if you're really strong and this is too easy for you, you could actually bring the bar more toward the back of the head, okay? Toward the back of the head. Otherwise, we're shooting for the forehead. We call these skull crushers, but please don't crush your skull, okay? All right, so there's one set. Then we're gonna pop up and get our kickbacks in. So let's grab something kind of medium weight if you can, okay? We're gonna be down on the ground here. Coming on up. Again, elbow wants to stay nice and tight right by my side, right by my rib cage. Coming on up and just moving that elbow to the wrist. Elbow to the wrist. And push straight back. Beautiful. Now, try not to, I know I said this before, try not to round the back like this. You want to actually lift the hips a little bit to protect the low back as you're doing these kickbacks. And again, you can get 25 on each side. Let's do 12 and 12 because 25 might be tough, particularly if you've got some extra heavy weights. Okay, let's get to the other side. And I'm going to go right back and do 12 again before we move. Okay, so we're coming here, but we're just going to do this for the sake of resting. So you guys can see me. Now again, if I'm turning and looking at you, that's only because I'm watching and making sure you can see me on the camera, but your head should be straight ahead. Your chest and hips should be straight ahead, squared. You don't want to be twisting the spine. And again, we're looking to get about 12 to 15 here. Perfect. Let's get to the other side, get another 10, so we can get our 25 total. Here, here. Whew. I'm feeling that. Feels good. Perfect. Let's get another 10 on the other side. And this is nice. This workout goes by nice and quick. That's what people want, right? Even though we have all the time in the world right now. I know. Most of us. But still, everybody wants to get their workout done. Relax. Play with the kids, grandkids, mow the lawn. Play with the dogs, what have you. Garden, whatever it is that you're doing, right? Okay, second set. Coming here, and again, just making sure you guys can see me. Yeah, okay. Coming here, nice and tight with the hands, right down toward the head, either the forehead or slightly behind the forehead. Keep those elbows nice and tight. Try not to move them. We're only moving the elbows to the wrists. And again, you're gonna feel this push up. Wow. So where should I feel this? Right here, okay? Again, look at how my knees are in the air, my soles of my feet are on the ground, so I protect my low back. We must be coming up on 25. If not, that's okay, you get the idea. Let's finish up with our kickbacks, 12 and 12. We're gonna move on to something else real quickly. So here, let's see if we can get our 12 in. And again, I'm just doing this so you can see me and be sure about the form. You don't have to necessarily follow me or do this whole workout in its entirety, pound for pound. Obviously, you can change up what size dumbbells you have, change up how many reps you have. If 25 is too much, just do 12 and everything. Again, I'm just showing you, just to kind of give you a little bit of something different, right? Okay, whoops. Last set here. We're going to go overheads. Again, lift those hips, square the shoulders and the hips toward the front of the room, or wherever you are. One hand down on the ground or in a block, moving just the elbows to the wrists. Feel those triceps working. Okay. All right, so you get the idea. Second round of 2. We're going to do some overheads, extensions with a dumbbell or a plate, right down to some tricep push-ups, okay? Why 4 exercises for triceps and only 2 for biceps? Well, there are many more heads to the tricep, and the tricep actually moves us in many more different planes. It's a secondary mover with the shoulders and the back. Very important. Not the biceps, not important, but we get biceps a lot throughout the day in all of our regular functional moves. Triceps, not so much. So we want to make sure when we get our tricep workout in, we're getting all the heads of the tricep, okay? All right, so we're going to take one dumbbell. Hopefully you can see me. I'm just going to move this up just a little bit. Okay. All right, so always take the wide. I see people doing this all the time. Nothing wrong with that, but sometimes that's a little bit too much on people's neck because it doesn't open up your scapula enough. So if you can do that, fine. I like to hold the outer heads. It's a little bit more work to get the triceps to stay close or get the elbows to stay close, but it also is not so much strain on your neck. Okay, so if you can see me, you can't. But I've got one foot up just to kind of protect my low back a little bit. And my elbows are nice and tight, just lifting lifting. You want to see the side view just to be sure. There's the side view. And up. So again, looking to get the dumbbell right to kind of the base of your head, top of your neck a little bit, okay, and back up. And you get the idea. Lastly, we're going to try some tricep push-ups. Now, these are not easy, but again, push-ups can always be done, whether they're wide push-ups for chest and shoulders or tight push-ups with the hands for triceps. They can always be done in stages, okay? So, push this down a little bit again. I'm here by myself. I got no camera lady today. It's all me. So we start with, you can see me, I'm going to be on my knees, okay? We start with hands fairly, so elbows right by your sides, hands down on the ground, lifting my toes just a little bit, lifting my hips and lowering. Now, if you're on the ground and you might need a blanket or something so you don't hurt your knees as you lower, okay? But you're bringing your chest right in line with your hands, okay? So that's entry-level push-up. Now you can also do this on a chair. That would be the real entry-level push-up. Again, the key is just to make sure elbows are nice and tight. Now, as you get stronger, you're going to bring the knees out and lower more of your body. Okay, let me get a little bit into it here. Lower more of your body until, of course, you can get on your toes and lower your body and push up to those palms. Let me give you the front view. You can see me. Okay, so we're here. And again, the key is to keep those elbows nice and tight. They're going to be right by your sides. If you let them flare, you're bringing in the big muscles. So that means you probably can't lift that much of your body. Get your knees closer to the triceps until you can bring those knees out. And chest still comes down along the triceps. Let's get a few more before we're done. We're going to move on to abs. Nice flat back. Ooh, I did yoga this morning, so I'm a little tired. We did a lot of those already, but that's okay. It's going to be good. All right, I'm going to eliminate the last set because you guys know the drill, right? Another set of overheads, another set of push-ups. Let's move right on to abdominals, core. I'm going to do some standing side for obliques. Then we'll come down and do some twists, some planks, get a little bit more obliques, and some crunches from the ground, and you're good to go. Almost done, my friends. All right, so we start with, again, this one's for those folks who have trouble or maybe can't get down on the ground, okay? So we start with our hands on a goalpost. Can you see me here? And it's great for balance too. Now, if you need a chair for this, perfectly fine, no worries. We're gonna start with our heels right underneath our hips, and we're just gonna stand onto one foot and reach the elbow toward the knee. Now, if you can't reach that far, this is perfectly fine. This may even be fine, okay? A little tree pose here, okay? But again, you've got to square the shoulders, trying to bend forward. That's the key. Try to keep yourself nice and tall and reach and reach. Okay, so again, I'm not bending forward. Here's the side view, okay? Or the side view, okay, for a tree pose, okay? So that's what you're gonna do. And again, you're probably gonna try to get 10 on each side. Just feeling that little crunch. It's a lot of balance too, so that's also key. I'm just gonna grab some water. And the rest of my workout's gonna be done on the ground here. So let's bring that down so you can see me. Okay, the last of it's gonna be done with a plank. And again, if you can't do a plank or you feel like being on the ground is not for you, you can do this plank on a chair. But again, always, it goes without saying, make sure the chair is grounded so you don't hurt yourself. So you can come here and do your plank. Okay, and you wanna make sure that your palms are kind of just slightly ahead of your shoulders here if you're on the chair, okay? Can you see my, here we go, my palms are just slightly ahead of my shoulders, okay? And if you want to, you can still drive a knee, just like I'm gonna do, drive a knee around toward the elbow, keeping the back nice and flat, okay? So there's your option. Here it is from the ground. Hopefully you guys can see me. Okay, so here we get into our plank. My back is nice and strong and tall. Don't dip that back. You want to make sure, I'd rather see your hips higher than lower. I'd almost rather see you doing a downward dog than a dip. You're gonna hurt the low back. You should always keep your hips in line with your shoulders, okay? Don't drop your bum. Don't drop your bum. Don't drop your bum. Keep your bum in line with your shoulders, okay? All right, here we go. So again, here, reach elbows, okay, with your knees. Can you see me, hopefully? Nice and strong through the hands. Not an easy one, but if that's too difficult, you can do it on your elbows. I think that's a little harder, but some people find that's easier. It's up to you, whatever you think. Again, let's try to get 10 on each side. Lastly, we're gonna do some crunches. I'm gonna grab a weight if you think that is in your practice today. So it's gonna look like this. We're gonna use what I call leg drops. So we start here, and we're gonna start with our knees right in line with our hips. And if you want to, you're gonna grab a dumbbell of some type. You're gonna drop one leg, because you'd have your head down just watching you guys, and bring the plate or dumbbell behind you just slightly. Don't bring it to the ground. You need to bring it to the ground just slightly, so you feel the resistance right here in your upper abs. And with one leg out, you're gonna feel the resistance on the lower abs. So we're here, everybody comes back together. Drop the other leg, hands back out. So we just keep crunching. So you're pulling in two different directions here, overhead and forward. You can point the toes if you'd like. You can flex the toes if you'd like, whatever feels better for you. If you don't want to hurt the back, if you flex the toes, that's a little less apt to hurt the back. Some people like to point though, they feel a little bit lower abs. Let me give you the side view here so you can see me. It's here and here. So I'm really feeling this in two directions, upper abs and lower abs. And lastly, let's just get a little bridge in, because your glutes are so much a part of your core, okay? So I know we were promised arms and abs, but we get some abs in too. So I want you to bring your legs, you can't really see I'll scoot around too. Your heels right as close to your hips as you can, palms on the floor, picking up the hips. Try to think about wrapping your shoulders underneath, okay? Lifting through the heels and lifting the chest, opening the heart. So I want you to really feel the glutes and the low back here, okay? And again, here it is from the front. You guys need to see it from the front. And up. And again, the key is to lift through the chest. Try to wrap the shoulders underneath. You can even bring your hands together if you want to. Trying to tuck the chin. Just let the head sit nicely. My ponytail's making my chin tuck just a little bit. So we lift up through the heels and we lift up through the chest. Some of you may even be able to do wheel and grab your ankles. All right, it's been a great day. I hope you enjoyed arms and abs. I'm Kerry McElroy. It's just a beautiful day and it's not going to stop. So let's enjoy it. Stay home as long as we need to. Stay safe. Be well. We miss you all. We'll see you soon. Take care.